Okay, so I think I've finished with all the hoses now, all the mods that I want to do. Just give you a quick tour. I've done a couple of other little things as well, so I'll make some videos or some extra parts to this on how I did them. So yeah, all of this is done. Got the hoses on here, which you may have seen before. I've got a little bit of extra hose down by the spine now, which I'll explain later. The extra ones here. And also down by his legs, which I think looks a bit like a tampon string hanging out, but nice little cool details anyway. So yeah, I'll make an extra few parts to this, explaining some of the new things that I've done. So I'll be back in a bit. So, first little extra mod I've done that you haven't seen yet is I've made these things turn. So when you twist it, they actually spin around with the wire, with the hose. They don't get caught up, snagged up in a funny position. I'll make another quick video now explaining how I did that. So to do this mod, I had to drill out the hole here because there's a notch inside that stops the plastic thing from turning, and then I glued in to the hole a tiny little nut like that, so you can see one that I've already glued in there. And I just took one of the screws from the build, spare one that I had, cut off the head, drilled a hole in the top of the thing, in the thing here. I snipped the end of that off as well because that's where the notch thing was. Drilled a hole and glued the little screw end in there, and then it's just a case of screwing it in. And this side is one that I've already done. As you can see, it rotates. So when you turn that, the pipe end moves as well. It doesn't get snagged up with all this and twisted. So yeah, something you might not think is worth doing or is a bit silly, but something that I wanted to do, so cured the boredom for half an hour. I think the original idea was to put some of this braided hose in instead of this, because I think it looks a bit better. But it's so stiff because it's like rubber insert that it just doesn't have the flexibility here, and if you put it over the top, it just tries to constantly pull that thing out. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think I'm going to be able to use that stuff for that part. But I did use it for something else, and I'll explain that. I'll come back in a minute and explain that. So the other thing that I've made is this extra bit of braided hose on this here. This is just a bit of braided hose off eBay. This is basically another one of these things. I've done so many things with these parts. Just cut it like a sleeve off there and slid it over, fits perfect. And then it's just glued and screwed onto there for extra strength. So yeah, I'll put that on the model, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So here's that braided hose in place. I think it just finishes off that chest area a bit nicer. Just add some extra detail in there rather than just an empty space. As you can see, the idea is to sort of make it look like it provides something to these things. But as I say, the main reason was to just add some extra detail in there. I really like that braided hose actually. I think it looks much nicer than this stuff. As I said before, it's a shame I couldn't use any more of it. So yeah, there we go.